Hey everybody, Jake here from Bearded Gear, and it is a very exciting day. For the last, I don't know, while, close to a year, I've had this knife. This is a Koenig Arius. Before this Gen 4 Arius, I had a Gen 3 Arius, and there was a gap between where I didn't have one. This has been my favorite knife for quite a while. Not just in my collection, but in general. When people ask me, what is your favorite knife? I typically just say the Koenig Arius. Part of that is because it's easier than trying to think about like, oh, well, what would be my favorite knife if I could potentially try every knife in the world that's maybe more expensive than I've tried. Like, without going down that road, just saying like, what's my favorite knife? It's the Arius. I love this knife. I love Koenig knives. I think they're a fantastic U.S. maker. They're in Idaho. They're doing incredible things with CNC machining, and they make epic knives. So as of this moment, this is going to change soon, but as of this moment, the only two models that are currently in production, if you can even say that, from Koenig are the Arius and the Mini Goblin. And here I have a Mini Goblin to unbox. This isn't the box it originally came in. I got it secondary. And yeah, so soon there will also be a Mini Arius. I don't know exactly when that will be coming. They're playing their cards a little close to their chest on the Mini Arius release, but that's coming. So there will be a smaller version of the Arius relatively soon. But the Mini Goblin they've been making for years. And I've handled them just a couple of times. I want to say the only time I've really spent a good few minutes like flipping one was at California Custom Knife Show over a year ago. So not this one that just happened a few months ago, but the one before that. Koenig had a table there, and I was playing with one that had a micarta show scale that was textured and a DLC blade and bronze hardware. And I think it might have been a bronzed lock scale. I don't know. It was awesome, and I've kind of regretted not buying that knife, especially because Mini Goblins can be a little hard to find. I believe they make more of the Arius at this point than they do of the Mini Goblin. And yeah, I've wanted one for a long, long time. I haven't wanted one as much as the Arius, which is why I've owned the Arius now twice and haven't owned a Mini Goblin. But with Koenig being like one of my favorite knife companies in the world, and with the Arius being my favorite knife, it just makes sense that I should have a Mini Goblin as well. So I got a chance to pick this one up from a buddy. I got it from my friend MB Journal. I'll show you his little card he put in here, it looks like. And if you haven't checked him out before on Instagram, do. He posts awesome photos, and he's become a buddy. He's in a group chat with me. So yeah, he's got this sticker with his logo. It's m.b.journal. MB Journal. So just put an @ in front of that, and you've got his Instagram handle. I believe this logo he had our friend Buck LaRouge help him design, which is pretty rad. Buck does awesome logo work and graphics and all kinds of cool stuff. So yeah, MB Journal is a buddy, and before he listed it for sale, he checked with a couple of us in the group chat. It was like, hey, anybody want my Mini Goblin? And I was like, yep. I had literally just a few days before finally decided, like, all right, the next time that I see a Mini Goblin come up for sale, as long as it's a decent deal, I'm just going to get one, because I was able to sell a few things over the last couple of weeks, and I had the money chilling and ready, and PayPal, I was ready to go. So it was like, I was looking actively for a couple of days, didn't see any pop-up in the Facebook group, didn't see any pop-up on Instagram, didn't see any pop-up in other Facebook selling groups, like not even just the Koenig group. I just wasn't seeing any pop-up. I was like, it's just waiting. And then, yeah, when MB Journal said he had one, it was a no-brainer. So this box is just like the Arius box, and looks great to me. They do really nice packaging. Get the little Made in the USA sticker down here, which is a nice touch. And it's funny, I literally just the other day also ordered a Koenig shirt. It's dirty right now because I wore it. I just got back from glamping, but with it I got these Koenig stickers too. So I've got a few of these now. I even already had a couple. I need to start committing to sticking stickers on things. Anyway, let's open this bad boy up. It's the wrong side. It's a magnetic clasp on this side. So you just open that up, and boom. Got the ownership card. So this one was made in April of 2019. 4/16/19. January, February, March, April. Yep. I should not have to do that, should I, as a grown man? All right. Cool. It's wrapped in some bubble wrap in here, and then in a cloth. This isn't a Koenig cloth, is it? Oh, it is. Nice. Koenig microfiber. Keep that in the box. And let's check this out. Oh, yes. All right. I'm excited. Can tell it's been carried a little bit. It's not like absolutely perfect. It's got some little snail trails and stuff on it, which is fine because I got this for me to carry and use as well. This one, you can see the titanium is finished in bronze. And it looks really, really good. The hardware is bronzed as well. We've got a satin blade. And I was messaging my buddy Garrett, who actually works over at Koenig. I like barely pressed that, and it just absolutely rocketed out. I was messaging my buddy Garrett, who works at Koenig, and told him I got one of these because I was asking if they had any more dropping soon or if I should be on the lookout at any of the retailers or anything. And he said it was probably going to be a while. So then that's what confirmed I was going to be looking on the secondary. Then I messaged him that I landed this one, and I didn't realize, but apparently they used to be hollow ground, like this one is, and the more recent ones they've been doing a flat grind on, which obviously both have their merits, but I was really glad that I got one with the hollow grind, because for me, this isn't like a hard use knife. I'm not worried about this tip being a little fragile. This is going to be, frankly, a secondary for me. That's the plan for it. But yeah, this is this is sweet. So yeah, with this hollow, it gets nice and thin down there behind the edge, and it's a cool grind. Just a beautiful looking knife too. So this is obviously Koenig's collaboration with Sharknivco. This is based off of their Goblin, or their Mini Goblin. So you've got the shark logo over here, and it's one of those knives that, like, the first couple times I saw it, it didn't super speak to me, if I'm being totally honest. But then the more I looked at it, the more I liked it. And especially as I've grown to really appreciate Wharncliffe blades, I just have wanted one of these. And the size is definitely smaller than the Arius, so it kind of goes, I don't know, I think they'll make sense, frankly, to carry together, like as a primary and a secondary. And the utility of a nice thin Warney is going to be very, very nice for slicing tasks. And yeah, let's check out this action a little bit too. One of my favorite things about Koenigs are the action. This one doesn't quite have the heft in the blade that the Arius does, but it's still bananas smooth. That's a new metric of smoothness. It's bananas smooth. Yeah, this thing is dope. It's one of those things too, like looking at this knife, the first few times I saw it in photos, I thought it was going to be horribly uncomfortable in hand. And then the first time I actually picked one up, I was like, oh, that actually works. Like, this handle shape doesn't look like it's going to ergonomically make sense, but it really, at least for my hand, does. Feels very comfortable. Clip isn't hot spotty. Yeah, this is sweet. I love the bronze finish on it too. I am stoked about this. It's been a long time coming. I don't know how I've gone this long without owning a Mini Goblin. Like, with how much I'm constantly praising Koenig knives, how much I love the Arius. They only have 2 models, and how do I not have them both? Like, it hasn't made sense for me to not own this knife. So here it is. Look at that backspacer too. The way that it's set up in there. Just sweet. So here's my Mini Goblin. It's officially mine. I appreciate MB Journal for letting it go to me. I'm lucky that he's chasing some big fish right now, so he was willing to sell this sucker. It's an exciting knife. I'm really looking forward to carrying it, using it, and this one's going to be like my Arius. I wouldn't have bought it if I wasn't willing to treat it like any other knife and actually cut with it. This is not going to be a safe queen or anything like that. This is going to be a knife that goes in pocket and comes out to cut things. That's the way it needs to be if I'm going to keep it around, and I bought it to keep it around. So, very cool. Anyway, Koenig Mini Goblin, out of the box. It's gorgeous. I'm excited about it, and I probably don't seem as excited as I should be. I just drove like 3 hours to get home and got out of the car and had to stop at the post office on the way back. And I'm like a little bit low energy in general. I don't know, maybe that's not even coming through and I'm just overanalyzing myself. But I'm genuinely really excited about this knife, even if I'm a little bit delirious at the moment. So there we go. Koenig Mini Goblin. We'll see you guys on the next one.